Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are playing Void of Desire, another game from Eroraen, who drops absolutely bangers of games. And, well, also recording this one, I guess, as the last one for some time at least, unless, you know, something new comes out. Because the newest one I recorded the day before, even though it will be released after we are done with Void of Desire, yes. That makes sense, I sure hope so. Also, yeah, yesterday I've been tinkering with the audio a little bit in Streamlabs. Hopefully it will turn out okay in the end. Alright, Void of Desire, let's get to it. Well, in the main menu it already looks gorgeous. This girl looks gorgeous. Let's go. I like her. For a long time, I've been anxious about work and responsibility. Aren't we all? Okay, maybe not all. I bet all the people well, you know, who are here watching this are. But, well, I guess there are people who aren't in the world, sadly enough. The tippy, I mean, in a good way, sort of. If you are anxious, sort of in a bad way, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Then obviously it's not good for you, but whatever. The typical hustle and bustle and frenzy of modern day life had me up against the wall. I know the feeling. I had been able to sleep for days due to stress. I don't know about stress, but I do know how it is to not be able to sleep. Fatigue was beginning to take its toll on me. So I decided to take a week's holiday to disconnect from the routine. I decided to go to a place on the outskirts of the city, where there were some small wooden cabins. Okay, I would think the one at the bottom right corner might be wooden, yes. Maybe not entirely though. The deck looks wooden though, like the balcony. Anyway, next to some houses away from the deafening noise of everyday life. Okay, what we see is probably those houses. And that's how it all started.
That's how it all started. That's how what started, Kazuya.
I'm not sure also, because I was tinkering with the audio because lately while editing I noticed the mic picking up some noises. I hope now it won't be picking those noises because they are pretty far away. Basically drilling and so on. It's not even in my building. So I kinda hope I eliminated that yesterday. I guess I'll find out while editing this. Anyway, back to the story. Again. The same dream. Again. I'm tired of always seeing the same sky. Well, that's some weird ASMR. Bet it's not that for. Are you guys listening to that, by the way? I don't know, it kinda doesn't work for me, to be honest.
Soon, you'll be in my hands. Well, with that withered heart. With each other and eternal ruin. Let yourself go and you will see how everything ends.
Okay. I only had 7 days to rest and unwind. That's not enough. Let me tell you, that's not enough. But I was unable to feel comfortable or calm. Whenever my eyelids managed to close, I always had the same dream. Crimson skies and a voice calling me. I was already on my 4th day out of the 7 I had to be here. Well, we are plowing through very fast. I felt like I was wasting time and not taking advantage of the opportunity I had to heal my mind in this little respite. Wow. So this guy took 7 days off to rest his mind of stress and so on. And now he's stressing about supposedly wasting time. God, come on, man. You can't live like this. Technically, that's what it is about when you take time off. To, you know, kind of not have any responsibilities on your back, I would say. Anyway. Once my holiday is over, I have to go back to the city and to walk. But in this state, I would be unable to do so. It's time for me to do something. Around the cabin, I only had one neighbor. Her name was Rin. We hadn't talked much, but whenever we ran into each other, she stopped to greet me politely. She was already living here before I arrived for who knows how long. It is something that caught my attention, since we are quite far from any store or telephone signal. Ooh. Nice. Apparently she had a little sister, or so I guessed. I didn't want to meddle too much in their lives either. Since they weren't human, and... Okay, why am I acting surprised? I mean, this is Eroraen games. This is not surprising. Actually, it would be surprising if we run into another human girl. But whatever. Anyway, since they weren't human, I didn't want meddling where I'm not wanted. Other than that, there wasn't much else to do in the place other than enjoy the nature. Something that I certainly wasn't used to. A peace that I longed for and was now unable to enjoy. Poor me. I felt that, after all, time was running against me and I was still stuck doing nothing positive. So I put on my walking boots with the intention of taking a little walk in the woods. I thought it would ease my mind. Did it? Probably not. Dude, I have not been on a walk in the woods in ages, now that I think about it. I think the closest to something like that, in my previous work, I guess, when I traveled to the place, we, well, drank on a Friday night. And I decided to not come back actually on Saturday. Because, you know, how would I know? I felt good, but I felt like not all alcohol evaporated from my blood. So I was like, nah, let's not do it. So I stayed. I walked around. It was nice. Anyway, I was walking alone through the forest. Yeah. Technically, I did not enter the forest for back then. I was just checking out the entire area, but it was next to the forest. So let's count it as a walk in the forest. Anyway. The afternoon rays colored the fallen leaves and branches, as well as putting blinding glare on the smooth surfaces of the rocks. The beam of light seemed to guide my steps on a path that only the sun could mark me. The sound of my boots breaking through the brush was accompanied by the sporadic chirping of some distracted bird. There was much wildlife in this area. There weren't any people or inhabitants either, as well as those scariest half-humans. I don't have to fear or worry about anything. Because yes, apparently that kind of beings also suffer from stress like us and need to have a holiday. Get away from the modern world and go back to their roots. Something that seemed almost like a mockery pretending to be human. Huh. But I wasn't one to judge them either. However, I did suspect that many times my nightmares and discomfort was due to the presence of them. Some seemed more human, or at the very least more pleasing to the eye, if you know what I mean. Others, on the other hand, quite the opposite. We had always known about their existence, but they had always stayed in that way. Stories. Stories to scare children in towns furthest from technology, where magic and superstition were still believed. I guess they never abandoned us, they were just there, discreetly. Perhaps out of fear of rejection, to be exterminated due to irrational human hatred. Now, they're getting closer and living with us more and more. I can't say that I feel a deep rejection towards them. Yeah? I just... You are scared of the unknown, let me guess. I never got used to their differences. Well, that has nothing to do with me either. I prefer to think that now the world and life show their true forms without fear. As I walked focused on my thoughts and without paying attention to my surroundings, I came to where there seemed to be a great tree? Larger than the rest. Wow, that's... okay. Majestically crowning the center of the forest. Its withered branches swept the sky above me. Ah, man. I actually feel a little tired. Not gonna lie. I'm not used to walking so much. There we go again, a character that is not relatable to me, okay? I could walk a lot. I could actually walk a lot. I think I'll rest for a bit under this tree. I lay down, moving some stones away from the side. That sounded like he fell or something. It's getting dark now, and I haven't done anything productive yet. Stop, man. I guess if I feel guilty about resting, that's more than enough reason for me to really take these days off seriously. No, you are not supposed to take them seriously. I slowly closed my eyes while I felt the last breeze of the afternoon wrap me with its gentleness. At that moment, I could feel how I became one with the entire forest. With everything that was there. And that made me feel protected. Safe. Calm down. But... ah! I screamed in pain. What has got me? An insect? What? I raised my hand to see the source of the pain. I had a slight cut deep enough that my blood came out. And slowly and steady. Wait, what kind of insect will cut you to the blood? Damn! I'll have to go back to the cabin and tend to the wound before it gets infected. What? But can I know how this happened to me? After saying my slight complaint, I heard something move behind the tree. Maybe what had done this to me was a small animal. I got up and went to check it out of curiosity. I walked around that huge log and examined the ground. A burrow. Behind the big log, there was a big hole so deep you couldn't see the end of it. I moved closer to get a better look. I mean, that's freaking humongous, to be honest. It's too deep. What kind of animal did this? I think it was not an animal, man. Or maybe it's a natural hole? Wait, are we looking from the bottom? Yeah, we're looking from the bottom. Why? Whatever. Or maybe it's a natural hole. Well, it's just a simple hole, but somehow it feels like Kazuya. It was calling me. Every second that I spent contemplating the immense darkness of that tunnel, I felt more and more hypnotized. Like a sailor before the song of a siren. Oh. I felt that I was being dragged towards its infinity. I reached out my hand.
I want to touch the darkness. I want to be part of it. To feel it in a poetic way, for nothingness to merge with me.
A slight drop of blood emanated from the wound. Huh? It slipped down to the tip of my finger as it traced the dirt-stained lines of my skin. After a few seconds it fell. I waited carefully and with all my attention so I could gauge when the droplet would hit the ground.
Am I the only one who thinks that was a very bad idea to allow that blood to drop there?
It didn't. There was no sound of impact coming out of the darkness. I mean... Instead, something else did come out of the depths. Again, the weird ASMR sounds.
Finally! This drop of pure blood was all I needed. Now my thirst is partially quenched.
My sight was stuck in the abyss. The more you look into the abyss also looks into you. I felt that those famous words of Nietzsche took on a literal meaning. I didn't know where I was. Perhaps I had fallen without realizing it. No. That was impossible. I just knew that voice. That sweet whisper suited me. I took a deep breath. I don't know it's deep, but you know, I said it's a deep, so... What is this place? Yeah, what is this side? Exactly what I said. It's like...
One of your dreams come true, Kazuya.
I turned to see who was behind me. Hello.
This drop of blood you offered me. It was what I needed to wake up my numb body. What? Who are you? What is the place? Where am I? Don't you know? You have attracted me.
Uh-oh.
I only responded. Now you are in the void.
Technically, we have experience with the void, if you think about it. We did play Helltaker. So, we are good to go. I took a few steps back to put distance between myself and that woman. Hey? Okay, boop.
I mean,
She's a beauty, as per usual when it comes to those games. For I feel like she might be the first one that actually give a little creeps so far. Actually no, I felt like that about the spider lady. Spider lady who was in Coco and Reiko. Or only in Coco. In Reiko as well, to be fair, if you know how to find that certain scene. Anyway.
I've been watching you, Kazuya. You have a lot of confusion, too many questions. But why don't you sit down? Whatever you seek, I will give you answers. You are in my realm. The realm of endless void. But fear not, dear Kazuya. I was locked up and trapped before here for a long time. No one ever heard my prayer and lament. From here monsters and creatures are born. This is where emotions and nightmares flow. I just need you to listen to this ancient creature from the abyss. Because I want to ask you for your help. Help! That's right. Help. I need you.
And what could someone like you want from me?
I want to go outside with you. I want to leave these chains.
Oh, those are chains?
What the heck?
Okay.
I can't do it alone. To do this, I need you to summon me out of here. Build a bridge between the two of us.
Why should I do it?
Why?
That woman seemed deeply annoyed by my question. The tentacles that wrapped around her... Okay, so those are not chains, so those are tentacles, as I thought in the very beginning, okay? The tentacles that wrapped around her, as well as those that came out of the ground, began to move violently.
Because I've chosen you, capriciously. I have a special interest in you.
Huh?
I am a hamburger of excess and despair. And you seemed like the best fit for me, don't you think?
As always, perfect laughter, I know. I just can't force a laughter, okay? I'm just incapable of. She laughed in a mocking way without batting an eye.
I can feel the confusion and instability in your mind. And that makes me shiver.
And just out of curiosity, what would happen if I refused?
Do you want to know?
She came dangerously close to me in a threatening tone.
No, just hypothetically. Kazuya.
She put her face inches from mine, whispered.
You just have to pour a drop of your blood anywhere dark enough for my wish to dwell there. And so I will inevitably come out.
I look at her without saying anything.
I know that you will. I know you're a good, obedient boy. And when you're done it, we'll have a nice chat. What do you think?
She took my face with both hands and closed my eyes with her putrid and sharp fingers.
Shh. Now wake up.
I'm back! I fell asleep and dreamed again of... Before I finished the sentence, I looked at my finger in amazement.
Wow, I have a finger.
I had a scared wound on my hand. No. I got up and started walking back to the cabin. I kept completely silent, trying to assimilate the encounter I had a moment ago. What had just happened? Who was that monster? A goddess or just another strange demi-human? Before I reached the entrance to my cabin, Rin was there too. Perhaps making the same journey back as me. Whoa. That's a lot of scars.
Is that you, Kazuya?
She was waving her slim hand to where I was. Almost like an automatic and instinctive reaction to the sound of my footsteps. Rin was a demi-human girl. It was easy to see from the various seams that ran down her body. Not necessarily. I mean, maybe she had gone through a lot of operations of sorts, and that's why she has that. Right? Right? Anywho. She had her eyes soon shut.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So she was blind. Why would that be done? Despite her cold appearance, she was very kind. Ever since I met her on this site, she always greeted me courteously. Yeah, it's me. Are you coming back from a walk too?
Well... yeah. I went to get some fresh air since today seems to be a special day. Don't you think so?
Of course. Maybe? I continued on my way to the cabin. She didn't seem like a bad girl, but the appearance of the demi-human still made me nervous.
Kazuya? Are you alright?
She really has a lot of those. 1, 2, 3 on the right arm, 1, 2 on the left, 1 on the chest, 1 on the neck, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the face, and also the eyes. But technically it seems like her mouth, I mean her lips are also soon, so maybe she shouldn't be able to, you know, talk as well, whatever.
Kazuya, are you alright? I hear your voice trembling a bit.
She stopped me suddenly to ask me that. Does it look like it? Sorry. Does it sound like it? I'm fine, nothing's wrong.
And who has the pleasure of accompanying you?
Accompany? What?
Am I wrong? I thought I heard the sound of someone else walking behind you.
When she showed me that, I obviously thought of the being I had just seen a few minutes ago, which made my blood run cold. No, I'm alone and I'm fine?
Oh really? Excuse me then. But if you need anything, feel free to let me know.
Of course. Thank you. I continued until I left her behind. Did she really hear someone else following me? No. That's impossible. There is no one else, right? I finally reached my cabin, breathing a sigh of relief. Before going inside, I stopped in front of the door. For a few seconds, I pondered the remote possibility that she or something had followed me ever since. So I quickly turned around to scan my surroundings. There was no one there. I'd better get in here and forget what happened, or I will really go crazy. I instantly grabbed the knob of the old antique door and pulled hard. Yo, this is actually an old house. They don't build them like this anymore. At least not here. I kicked my boots from the dust and dirt of the field as I peered into the gloom. When I finished, I took off my shoes and lay down on one of those soft sofas, with the typical creak of some springs already consumed by old age. I tried to calm down as I thought about what had happened. I was still confused and debating whether what I experienced was a dream or not. I raised my hand, and I still had a slight cut on my finger. No. It wasn't a dream or a hallucination. I'm sure. So, I didn't quite understand my encounter or what that woman asked of me. Inevitably, I also remembered her warning. If I don't do what she asked, will I be in danger? Both fear and terror, as well as rage and helplessness, took over me. Why should I listen to her and let her threaten me something like this? I screamed in anguish. I was supposed to just want to relax and distract myself, but how did I get to this in a matter of hours? Damn! I know what I can do. Wait, she said she was stuck in there a long time. Maybe Rin or her sister, who have been here longer than me, know something. But... should I tell them? What if I don't warn them and I'm in real danger? I pressed my fist against my head as if that gesture would help me think better. Should I tell Rin what happened or keep it a secret?
Nah, I can't tell them this.
First, I know if doing that would make her even angrier with me. It could be dangerous for both me and them. On the other hand, if you think about it, that would explain why she was there. Maybe she's keeping the awoken one in check. And why not say so? I don't know them well enough to trust those demi-humans. I'd better keep it a secret, at least for now. But what am I supposed to do? Am I to hit and obey what she asked me to do? I think I'll start by making myself some dinner first, and in the meantime I'll think about this. Good idea. Yeah. While I cooked and cut the ingredients on the kitchen board, I thought about everything that had happened. I didn't know who or what this being was. Whether she was dangerous or not. Or even what she would do to me after helping her. I had no idea of her intentions. What is she supposed to do once she's here? Try to behave like someone normal, or is she completely instinctive? I don't want to unleash a disaster, but I couldn't ask for help either. If I did, maybe it would be me who suffered a bad fate. When I finished cooking, I sat down on the couch, placing the hot plate on my lap, being careful not to burn myself. I mean, to be fair, you probably did burn your lap right now. I dined in silence, and as I considered my next move. I chewed and chewed, quietly, tense and restless for. When I was done, I put the plate in the sink and turned off the lights while I waited for the night to come closer. Maybe we'll have another dream. It was already pitch black. If I was supposed to summon her in a very dark place, this was the easiest time. And back to the kitchen, opened the drawer and got a knife. I checked what could be a suitable place to put a few drops of blood, just as it happened in the forest. Under the beds, in a crack. In the end, I opted to do it in one of the corners of the room where I sleep. It was dark enough that you couldn't see anything, even the dim light of the moon. Oh boy. I got down on my knees, facing the jet black darkness of the room. I gripped the blade of the knife firmly, questioning my pure sanity and why I was in such a situation. Okay, so you're sort of afraid of demi-humans, but you are willing to summon someone from the void. What? I said not to think so much and act more so that everything would end as soon as possible. The blade lacerated the tip of my finger. Okay. And when the blood spurted out in drops, I hurled them into the darkness. As if it were a peasant throwing coins in the well of fortune. I didn't know what reaction or what to expect. I didn't know if that was the only thing I had to do. I was in completely uncharted territory and given to chaos. No, nothing happens. Maybe I really lost my mind. Why'd I agree to do something stupid like this?
Not yet.
A voice from the darkness answered.
You haven't completely lost your mind yet, Kazuya.
It was her. From the darkness, in addition to her voice, I was also beginning to appreciate her eyes stuck on me. Watchful and stalking. Hypnotic.
You did. You called me.
I backed away, not out of fear, but out of caution.
I'm already with you.
Slowly and from afar I heard footsteps.
Where? You who offer your blood, I answer to you.
Live.
Where the soul perishes and the heart is lost.
The sounds of her footsteps were getting louder.
I never abandon you.
Her shadowy silhouette began to form in front of me, until she appeared completely before my eyes.
What's wrong, Kazuya? Have you really lost your mind just to see a perfect being like me? I'm a real temptation. Right?
No! Nothing like that! I'm surprised you're actually here.
Didn't I tell you? You don't have to be surprised.
I know, but... I shook my head, trying to expel my confusion and fascination. Now tell me, what do you want to achieve with this? Are you satisfied yet?
Oh, of course. You adopted. You've done me a great favor, little ephemeral.
So tell me, what else do you want from me?
Do you already want me to disappear? Let me tell you that this is only the beginning.
The beginning? Of what?
Oh dear. The beginning of many things, believe me. First of all, let me introduce myself. I guess I haven't done that before, right?
She got closer to me and I was on alert about what could happen.
I'm Lilith. I'm also called the Void Dweller, Beast of 1,000 Nightmares, Temptress of Souls, and countless other names. But don't let those prejudices fool you, however dark they may seem. In reality, I'm a being full of kindness, emotions as a human, as you.
She laughed in a contained way.
I imagine that you are also curious to know what is the place where I come from, am I wrong?
I mean, the void, you told us already. No, you're not wrong. I want to know what is that place that I have also been seeing in my dreams.
Oh, that question has a simple answer, dear. I'm attracted to weak-minded and weak-willed people.
Oh.
I could have noticed anyone else, but you caught my eye. I could feel your life and health slowly heading to doom. That makes it a lot easier to be able to manipulate someone into fulfilling your wishes, don't you think?
Oh.
So slowly, I was accommodating to your sensitivity, so that every night when you slept you felt attracted to me. Listening to my voice. Seeing my kingdom. That way you wouldn't panic or go completely crazy when I appeared in front of you. You wouldn't be the first person to become irrational when you hear my voice. Also in my realm of the abyss, negative emotions flow. Lust. Pessimism. Jealousy.
Oh.
Revenge. When the cluster of emotions come together in the same point, place, object or person, they can create a monster like me. But you have nothing to fear, Kazuya. I've chosen you to be with me and help me. Okay.
It's all very... It's so hard trying to understand the situation. Whatever. What am I supposed to help you with? I already made you come out of the void. What else do you want?
The answer is simple. Revenge and blood. What are you talking about? I don't mean your sweet ephemeral. I'm talking about Shizu.
Shizu? That name sounded familiar to me. I was trying to remember it when...
You know her. Although you haven't seen her, but you know who she is. She's close. Not far away.
You mean Ren's sister? Right?
Sister?
She left again in an exaggerated way.
That piece of meat called Rin has no sisters or brothers. Who made you believe that?
I mean, Rin herself told me?
She lies. Lies.
And we're supposed to want revenge against her. As far as I know, she's just a girl. It's impossible that she has...
Why? Why?
She dropped at me.
That woman locked me in that void.
I knew it. I mean, I thought it was Rin, but...
She locked me up because she said I was a danger to other living beings. Can you believe it? Yeah. I've been locked up there for so long. Alone. I just want to kill her so that she suffers the same fate as me. You'll help me.
Okay, so I'm not going to help you something like that. Not even remotely, okay? Let's not get that far.
It's not a question, Kazuya.
She grabbed me for the last time. But she reached out and wrapped her tentacles around me, pulling me onto the wooden floor. Well, I'm not into that kind of stuff, to be honest. What are you doing?
Make no mistake, little one.
She brought her face close to mine. Her arms went around my neck and she kissed me under the astonished look in my eyes.
You belong to me now. Body and soul.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, why you try not to summon creatures out of the world.
I know you will. You don't have to think or question anything else. Just sleep and obey.
I'm not going to! My energies vanished in an instant. And so both my consciousness and my vision faded. Falling perhaps into a sweet and deadly sleep. Huh. Honestly, nice beginning. That was crazy good. But again, that's why you don't summon any of those, okay? Learn from Kazuya's example. Anyway, as I said, this is, I believe, a little lengthier, so we will definitely separate this into a few episodes. I think it will be either 2 or 3. Yeah, I think that's how it will be, and we will exactly see where this all goes. We'll find out. We'll find out if Lilith is the one to go with, or maybe we should follow Rin, or maybe Rin's supposed sister. We'll see. You know what? I kind of feel like we have not seen Rin's sister yet, so you know, I will wait until that happens. But for the time being, I don't know if I would side with Lilith. I don't know. Maybe I would fall. Anywho, you know, the usual spiel now. Consider liking the video if you enjoyed, of course. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Obviously, I would very appreciate you being around. We're playing quite a lot of games here, so yeah. And games like this as well. Obviously, and some different ones as well, and so on. Also in description, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, if you're into that stuff. Occasionally streaming, like guerrilla way. Oh yeah, and most importantly, sort of, the game. It's also linked in description, so you can go and get it yourself on itch.io. Right, with all of that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode of Void of Desire. Have a great day. Bye bye.